Tough weather in the northern parts of the country today.
Oh gosh, and it's all moving towards the east. We actually kind of dodged a bullet considering how enormous this system is. Let's go ahead and take a look at some video from around the country. You can see all this rain, and there's going to be tornado damage to see. There's going to be, you name it, to see, including frost advisories. We've had even warnings on Lake Michigan. Over towards Chicagoland, flights have been delayed because of this storm system in of itself. It's what is called a cyclobomb, and that's exactly what looks like went off. We're looking at our Viper radar right now, and this was mainly the section of the country where all that video came from. Notice just how massive this system is. We're talking blizzard warnings up in the upper Midwest towards Montana and North Dakota. These are all strong wind advisories and strong wind warnings. At one point, the central system of this low pressure, central section of the system was that of a Category 3 hurricane. Those winds were just phenomenal. Tornado warnings off into Tennessee and off points to the east now. But notice how we have this little swath of blue right over the panhandle. What does this mean for us? Cooler temperatures are on the way. Those are frost and freeze warnings in the panhandle at this hour. Right now, it's only 55 degrees in Amarillo. It's 57 in Lubbock. That's all they have right now. 57 in Abilene as well. We are watching a cold front march across the Texas landscape, and that's going to cool us off for the next few days or so. And of course, we'll welcome this cooler weather. This is actually almost like June versus the end of October. Right now, it's 65 in Lampasas, it's 66 in Rockdale, it is 66 in Bastrop, and right there at the airport, it's 58 degrees. So we're looking at 65 at Camp Mabry. Again, quite a big range of temperatures there. You know, the airport's there in a valley, so sometimes it gets a little cooler than the rest of us. We had a high today of 87 at Camp Mabry and 84 at the airport, well above average. Also, speaking of above average, we are looking at our mold numbers that are in the high range. Ragweed and juniper, they're in the medium range. Our satellite and radar composite, clear skies, particularly over here. What that means is that all that little bit of heat that we get throughout the day escapes up into the atmosphere, and that's why they're having those frost and freeze warnings for them. Meanwhile, for us here in Austin and in central Texas, just a little bit of light cloud cover, and that's about it. We're pretty much going to call it a day with remnant low Richard. It fizzled out over in Mexico. Winds are roughly about 30 miles per hour. However, this could mean for us in the future, as this system itself moves up, some of these models are kind of splitting the difference and still keeping it on a northwesterly path, which could prove for us to have a little bit of rain shower activity by the end of the week. But notice how by Friday we still have a little bit of high pressure that's going to stay keeping us in a bubble, and the zonal flow itself levels out, which levels out our temperatures as well by Monday. But there's one more little cold front coming our way, which could fire off a few thunderstorms and showers. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s, and that's just about it. And then the highs for tomorrow across the area, upper 80s, lower 90s, well above average. 58 for us tonight, 90 tomorrow, mostly clear skies. And then our cool front comes along Wednesday into Thursday. Notice how it goes from 90 to 79. Cooler temperatures into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The next best chance of rain is on Halloween with a small 20% chance of thunderstorms and showers. Highs go from those lower, I should say upper 70s to lower 80s again by midweek next week. And of course, you can always get the latest at Austin News Today. We have traffic and weather together every 10 minutes starting at 5 o'clock in the morning.